friends. This week is Holy Week. Holy Week starts off with a really exciting day, and in the middle is really sad. And then it ends with another exciting day. We start with the parade on Palm Sunday, and then we go to Maundy Thursday, where Jesus has the Last Supper with the disciples and then is betrayed. Then the next day, he goes to Pontius Pilate, and Pontius Pilate doesn't want to make a decision but lets the people, and that's the day that he dies. And then 3 days later is Easter. Since we have so many stories this week, we're going to break them up and you will see them throughout the week. If you miss one, you can always go back and find that video as well. I hope you guys enjoy learning more about Holy Week. We are reading in our Spark Story Bible on page 474, Christ the King. The priests were mad at Jesus and wanted to get rid of him. What will happen to us if the people follow Jesus? They grumbled. So they made a plan. Let's take Jesus to the governor, Pontius Pilate. He can get rid of him. When Pontius saw Jesus, he asked, "Are you the king of the Jews?" Jesus didn't answer. Pilate thought kings ruled over countries and people. Jesus knew that his power was about loving God. Jesus' kingdom was not the same. Pilate was frustrated. Some people wanted to kill Jesus, but Pilate didn't think Jesus had done anything wrong. Pilate didn't want any trouble, so he handed Jesus over to the people. The priest smiled. Soon Jesus would be gone. Jesus knew that he would die, but that wouldn't be the end of the story. Jesus knew God's plan too. We're going to move on to the day that Jesus died. It was a very sad day when Jesus died. The soldiers who arrested Jesus teased him for pretending to be a king. They took his clothes and put a king's purple cloak on him. They made a crown of vines with sharp thorns and put it on Jesus' head. Ouch! The soldiers made Jesus carry a heavy wooden cross. The cross was too heavy for him. Jesus fell and skinned his knees, and the cross tumbled to the ground. Sorry, my hand is over Jesus. A man in the crowd carried the cross the rest of the way. The soldiers nailed Jesus' hands and feet to the cross. They raised Jesus' cross up on a hill between two other men. The other men were thieves, and they were being crucified too. One of the men was angry with Jesus. "If you are a powerful king, can't you save yourself? Why don't you save us too?" The man spat at Jesus. But the other thief believed in Jesus. He shouted back, "Don't you know who this is? This is God's son. He hasn't done anything wrong. We are being punished for our mistakes, but Jesus shouldn't be here." The man turned to Jesus and asked, "Will you take me to heaven with you?" Jesus looked at the man and loved him. Jesus told him, "Yes, today we will be in heaven together." After a while, the world grew very dark, as if a terrible thunderstorm was coming. It was as if all of creation was crying because Jesus was about to die. Jesus was feeling all alone and prayed to see if God was still there. Of course, God never left Jesus. God was with him the whole time. Jesus looked at the crowd. He was so sad that people didn't believe that he was God's son. He asked God to forgive them for killing him. The soldiers offered him some sour wine, but he didn't want to drink it. He was ready to die. Finally, Jesus had fought for long enough. He said, "God, the work you gave me to do here is finished." He breathed a final, long, slow breath, and then he died. I hope this helps you understand more about Holy Week and all that Jesus went through during this week. If you have any questions, you can always reach out to me, Pastor Paul, Pastor Lori, and Miss Katie. We would love to talk to you. We miss you.